boy, that is a big kid, and he looks, he's not going to have a problem with the physicality of the NBA next year.
The Mismatch, presented by FanDuel Sportsbook.
I had the opportunity. I met the number one player on the Kevin O'Connor big board.
Oh,
Paolo Banchero. I did.
Wow.
I met
you
Paolo
met him. What'd
Banchero.
you think? What are your impressions? Give me the scouting report, Chris.
So, okay, couple things. So I went over to a local gym because Overtime Elite, which is the league that is backed by all manner of players and people and businessmen and has really taken off over the course of the last year. They have a couple of guys that they've been going to some different places and working out with different people. And there's two kids, the Thompson Twins, Amen Thompson and Azur Thompson.
They're going to play 3v3.
In the basketball tournament. That's right.
Yeah.
So they're like 6'7" guards. They're from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. They had signed up. They left school. They are playing in the Overtime League. Both are projected lottery picks, I believe, at this point for the 2023 draft. And another kid that was with them, who I remember was a top probably 15 high school player, Tyler Smith, who is a 6'10" kid who from Houston, who is also playing in Overtime Elite. So they were coming in town because they were going to be working out with Mike Miller, who is now in sports agency, but had previously, of course, been a longtime NBA player, had coached at the University of Memphis, had also coached his son's high school team recently. And so he was running a workout with them, and I got invited over to come check these kids out if I wanted to see them. So I went over there to watch them, and I'm going to tell you something. I met the kids. First, I'll start with the Thompson kids.
The Thompson Twins. Okay, yeah. What did you think about them? Because those kids, I'm excited to see them in the basketball tournament. That's a great competition.
Very, you know who they remind me of a little bit? And, man, you cannot tell the two apart. You can't tell them apart at all. When you see them, even when I was standing with them, I mean, they are identical. Mm-hmm. It really is like the Morris twins thing back in the day, where it was like, there's those conspiracy theories that one of the Morris twins played for the other one after the ankle injury.
The difference in the Morris twins is in the ears.
Oh, okay. So
look it up. It's true.
These two Thompson twins, they're like, they're legit like 6'7" or something. Big, and they are smooth, and they are freako athletes. I'm talking like the kind of kids that can get the ball, and you see this like sometimes it's after the workout stuff that you see, like a ball will get caught and they would catch the ball under the rim. They're the kinds that can jump up flat-footed and windmill it.
And like all of their movements on the floor is quick twitch. Like it's like they're moving on 2 times speed podcast.
Freaky.
Right? Like they're just fast.
But anyway, a little bit, it's like a more athletic. I hate to do this. I really do, because I don't want to compare kids to great players. But when you see them, you cannot deny that it's very Shai Gilgeous-Alexander-y,
But faster.
Yeah. But because they're so big, right? You're not used to seeing guards like that. And they're guards. And boy, oh boy. And that Tyler Smith is smooth as hell, and he's left-handed, so it looks great. It's funny because he's an athlete himself. But I met all these kids. They could not have been nicer. I met the dad too, but they were, it was my first time ever around anybody from that Overtime Elite thing. And they had a group that was in town. They, they're filming everything. They got the cameras out there doing social media and whatever else. And I just was, both parents were there for the kids. Tyler's mom was there. The Thompson Twins' dad was there, and I met him, and he could not have been cooler. And like, I walked away from the thing like thinking to myself, geez, these are kids that like were in high school. Now they're playing in this Overtime Elite to prepare themselves for the NBA draft. And you could not be more impressed with them, like basketball and personally, truly. Like I promise you, those kids are going to get in an interview and people are going to absolutely love them because they're sweet as can be. They're not arrogant, not arrogant.
How mature did the Thompson kids seem when you talked to them?
Like much more than you would think. And I think part of it is
given like the success and like the attention they receive.
I know. And you would think like, you would think maybe they'd have a shred of arrogance or I don't know. Like they are really, really sweet kids.
I mean, you like the parents too? Did they
like
seem
I'll just tell you, I met the kids for the first time. Now I know I'm older now, but I'm there and they like everything was like, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, sir, no, sir. I mean, I'm not interviewing them. We're not anywhere. It's just that I'm an adult.
Yeah.
That I'm at this thing.
Do they know that you're a media person? Or do they
I introduced myself.
Oh, yeah.
It's like why I'm there or whatever. But I mean, like, yes, sir, no, sir. Like everything. Everything. It was crazy.
When did Banchero come through?
So then in the middle of the workout, Banchero comes out to the other side. And of course, he's signed with Mike Miller, so that stands to reason. But Banchero walks in and he's just on the other, he's not working out. He had worked out like earlier in the day. But he's just down on the other end, like kind of screwing around. And shooting. He's got a couple buddies with him, and they're just messing around, whatever. But then after the whole thing like kind of wrapped up, it's very informal. Everybody's just kind of walking around. Once I get closer to him, I'm like, yo, this dude is big, like big. And I talked to somebody there, and I was like, yo, like, what did he measure at? They told me, now, look, I'm just passing what I was told along. They told me that I want to say it was like Houston, maybe he went to go work out or something, that he measured 6'10 and a half or 6'10 and a quarter without shoes. And I was like, Jesus. I mean, you see him and I know how he plays and I know what he's like. And I don't know, man. It's always jarring when you get up next to these guys and you're like, my God, this kid is big to be able to do it. Because I know the way he plays. I watch him on TV, and so I know the way he plays. But, boy, that is a big kid, and he looks, he's not going to have a problem with the physicality of the NBA next year because he's a big kid. Sure.
Banchero is the type who's going to be able to come right in and play immediately.
Met him, could not have been nicer. Super, same thing.
Very sweet.
Same thing. Very, very, very nice guy, for sure. And I know that, he's been going and doing all kinds of draft workouts and everything else. So it's the first time I'd ever been around him, and just the sheer size of the kid. You're like, geez.
I mean, this could be
you see him because like the other guys, they shoot around, they do whatever. Interestingly enough, I happened to talk to somebody that was there, not affiliated with any of this. I talked to somebody else there that's got involvement in the NBA that had just seen a Jabari Smith workout, because I was like, he's the one I love. I was like, I love that Jabari Smith, whatever. And the guy said, I swear to God, I just saw a workout from him like within the last 2 weeks. He goes, it was 2 hours. The kid never took a break. It was insane. Then I was like, what?
Jabari Smith is a hustler. Like that guy busts his ass on and off the court.
You get guys like holding their knees, panting, taking water breaks, like they say this kid went 2 hours and just never stopped. And I was like, you know what? That's what I loved about him, because he's got that fire. He seems so relentless and everything else. But anyway, I'm here to tell you that like I'm not going to make some kind of, I hadn't been around the kid a lot, whatever, but I talked to a lot of people that know Banchero. I know Mike Miller well, and obviously he's representing the kid. The kid's going to pass all the character stuff with flying colors. And my first impression of all those kids was like, my God, the league just keeps getting better and better and better, more talented and more talented, but also the kids that are coming in are just so, I mean, I think about myself at that age, and I am in absolute awe of them, truly in awe of them, that they can be so mature, that they can have their head on their shoulders and be such workers. You know what I mean?